Most of you know me, but if you don't, I would like to reintroduce myself. I am Dr. Michelle Cook. And if you've known me for a while, you've known that I have been overweight and obese for the majority of my life. And I'd like to share my story about that with you. So this was me approximately 50 pounds heavier. If you are anything like me, you probably have taken progress photos. You've tried so many different things to help you with weight loss and may have struggled pretty significantly. So I did it all. Like, this is not me speaking as a doctor who has never experienced challenges with overweight and obesity. I've certainly been there. Bad diets, starving myself, over exercising to points of exhaustion, detoxes. And I think the worst of it is the blame and the shame. Obesity is so much more than just a willpower issue. We know it's a medical issue, and we know that sometimes we start to blame ourselves for something that truly is a medical problem. I shamed myself a lot too, and I feel like many of us go through this of, why can't I lose this weight? For me, I had, short bouts of success where I was able to get 15, 20 pounds off, and it would come roaring back. As I went through stressful points in my life, such as when I started medical school and had a grueling schedule. I started to gain a lot of weight. When I had my first child, my first and only son, that postpartum body took me years to get off. He's now 12, and I finally have gotten gotten the weight off. So it's something I dealt with for a very long time. And I think many of you have been familiar with that story. But I was able to make a transformation. I was able to shed over 50 pounds. Most of my weight loss has happened over the past 3 years. And I think the most wonderful thing about it is I've been able to maintain that weight loss. Most of us can lose a couple pounds, but keeping it off and not having roaring back has been a major challenge. And so I want to start sharing what I have learned on my weight loss journey with all of you and my patients. And this is why I've designed the Soul Fit Club. I want it to be not only your weight loss, but your wellness solution. As I've lost weight, yes, I shed the pounds, but there's so much more I was able to gain, just as feeling better, sleeping better, more ability to exercise. There's just so much more it's unlocked for my health. And I want to make sure that everyone has access to that. So what has worked for me? Medical support. I don't think it's a secret, but it's no secret. I did use medication on my journey for my weight loss journey. While this is not just about taking meds to lose weight, there are a component of us that need medication support to help us get there. So almost like any other medical condition, like high blood pressure, yes, many of us can control it with diet and exercise alone, but there's a few more people that may benefit from taking medication therapy, and there's absolutely no shame in that. Daily weighing. This is not for everybody, but it was crucial for me. Many of us have had those moments where we go to the doctor's office, we get on the scale and have no idea how those 10 pounds got there. So weighing myself every day has been a really important part of my journey because it's allowed me to see where I have hiccups. That weekend that you had way too much fun, you're like, oh my gosh, I gained 5 pounds. If you don't catch that quickly, it's hard to make a change that will put you back on the right track. High quality medication. So I've mentioned that. So having access to medication that helped me on my journey was very important. And more than anything, self-care. We talked about blame and shame being a terrible part of this process, and I really want to eliminate that. Yes, losing weight can be challenging, but it should be a journey that is about self-care. And the more we care for ourselves, I want to say not only the easier it gets, but the more enjoyable it gets. The more we stress about weight loss, the more we stress about this process, actually, the harder it is to lose weight because we're putting our body into a stress state. So let's talk about the details of the program. So the Soul Fit Club is a 6-month data-driven medical weight loss program designed to help you achieve your health, wellness, and fitness goals. So I want to talk to you about the journey. So our journey starts with the Soul 360 assessment. And this is where the data-driven piece of the Soul Fit Clubs comes from. We start our program with a 3D body scan by Psycho. We do VO2 max testing, which is unheard of for most medical weight loss programs. We will put you through a metabolic rest test, and we'll also include labs as part of your journey. So the Psycho body scan, this is a new piece of equipment that we have that I have found so helpful. Many of you may know that the scale is an important tool, but it doesn't tell the whole story. As we're losing weight, we want to lose the right type of weight, right? We want to lose that body fat. We don't want to lose muscle. And if we can't track if we're losing body fat, it's hard to know where we are in our progress. Many of you have had time where you've worked out, you feel good, you've had a great week, you get on that scale and it has not budged, or maybe it's gone up. Well, what could have happened, you may have gained some muscle, which is actually what we want, but you may have lost body fat. The scale won't tell you that, but this body scan will help see that. So as you do your body scans, you'll see how your body's changing and making sure it's targeting the appropriate type of weight. Next is VO2 max testing. This is actually my favorite. If you don't know about VO2 max testing, this is considered the gold standard test for measuring cardiovascular fitness and aerobic endurance. So VO2 max is kind of, I call it like the best test for your health and longevity. People that have high VO2 max levels live longer and they live healthier. So of all the things I can offer you as a clinician, this is probably the best test to truly tell how healthy you are. After you do this VO2 max test and we get this data back, we can customize your exercise program to make sure that you are maximizing your VO2 max and ending your journey healthier than you began. Next, we'll do a metabolic rest test. So with the metabolic rest test, we will apply this mask that you see on the model here, and it's going to spit out several different data points, but the most important data you're going to gain is what is your true metabolic rate. A lot of us have said, oh my gosh, I have a slow metabolism, that's why I can't take off weight. And if we don't really know where our metabolism is, we can't make changes. So if you don't know if your metabolism is fast or slow, finally we'll know with this test. So the test will kind of give you what are the calories that you need to be able to just maintain throughout the day. So you can imagine if you're trying to lose weight, you kind of want to aim below that calorie target. If you're bulking up because you're doing a fitness show and you want to gain weight, you have to go above that target. But if we don't know what that target is, we're kind of flying blind. So this test is going to give us that information. In addition to the metabolic information, it's also going to give us some really cool data about your your biological age. I love this because it kind of, again, gives us a study of how healthy we are. You might be 45, but your metabolic test may show that you're behaving more like a 56-year-old. So if that's true, there's a lot of changes we need to make in terms of diet and nutrition. You're also going to get critical information about your heart function and your lung function. Finally, we're going to end that evaluation with blood work. So you're going to get tested for diabetes, cholesterol, thyroid, and disturbances of electrolytes and vitamin therapy. So we want to see where those levels are because they can impact your ability to lose weight. You're going to have 2 expert consultations. The first consultation is with Pnoe. Pnoe is our partner in metabolic health. So that metabolic test you've done and your VO2 max test will give us this very extensive report. You can see some images of it on the right-hand side of the screen, and we'll go over the details of that report. This report is going to allow us to give a personalized nutrition plan and personalized exercise plan. So it's not going to be a one-size-fits-all program. Based on how you performed on your metabolic test, it's going to highlight the type of exercise you need, the type of nutrition that's going to work best for you. So you're going to get a customized nutrition plan that works specifically with your body to help you maximize the results that you're looking for. One of the things I love about this metabolic expert evaluation is many of us fall victim to over-exercising. And while I think exercise is very important, you can't over-exercise, especially in the process of losing weight. I've heard so many people say, I work out every day. Why am I not losing weight? Now, exercise is not the biggest key to losing weight, but sometimes if you're doing too much, you can actually hinder your process. And with Pnoe, they'll talk about, based on your results, how much exercise you truly need to be doing and what level of intensity. We actually find that lower intensity exercise may be more beneficial for you in your weight loss journey. So all that really high intensity that we put out may be working against you. And if we can customize that, you can start to get the results you're looking for. Finally, you'll get your physician consultation with me. So this is more of your medical consultation. So we are going to review your medical history. We'll go over your lab results and talk about if there's anything in your blood work that can impact your weight loss journey. We're going to define your goals, and we'll also talk about selecting medication if you'd like that to be part of your journey. So selecting medications, we have 3 options here for you for the Soul Fit Club. The first is phentermine. Phentermine is an oldie and a goodie. It's tried and true. It's a tablet. People that use phentermine can lose up to 8% of their body weight. After that, we have both semaglutide and tirzepatide that we offer. These are both injections, and they do have superior weight loss to phentermine. The semaglutide injection, it's a weekly injection, and you can lose up to 70% of your body weight. With tirzepatide, it's upwards of 20% of your body weight. You will almost always lose weight, with rare exception on any of these therapies. But if we're talking about which one is the best therapy, tirzepatide has been shown to be the most effective. So if we start our membership, after you do your battery of testing with the Soul 360, this is what the rest of your journey looks like. We want to equip you with all the tools that you need to succeed. If you remember at the beginning, I said that having a scale and weighing daily was a very important part of my journey. And all of you who join the program will get a personal scale that you can take home. When you all get to my office and you weigh in, the first thing you tell me is, that's not what my scale said at home, right? So you're welcome to weigh at home in the buff, in the nude if you want to. It's a private weigh-in. But what will happen is that scale will report your data directly to us. It's a cellular enabled device So you don't have to type in where your weight is. It's going to tell us that information automatically so we can track along with you with your journey. You'll also have 24/7 access to the patient portal. So if you have questions about your nutrition plan, exercise plan, medication side effects, your clinical team is available to answer those questions for you. There will be bi-monthly webinars, and on those webinars, we'll be talking about wellness topics that will help you in your weight loss journey. So it's not just all going to be about how to lose weight, but those tips and tools that we need about nutrition, about exercise, about stress management, about the role of sleep in ensuring medical and ensuring weight loss success. So we're going to talk about all those wellness things that you need to help you succeed. And then finally, you can get your monthly body scan. So yes, you will have the scale to weigh every day, but every month you can pop in to see where you are on that Staiku scale to see if you're losing the body fat that we're looking for. At the mid-program assessment, that will happen at the 3-month mark. We're going to repeat, of course, your 3D body scan to see if we're losing more body fat, repeat that metabolic rest test, and repeat your consultation. At this point, we'll expect that you have lost a decent amount of weight, and sometimes your metabolic needs have changed. Your basal metabolic rate may have adjusted, and we may have to adjust your nutrition and dietary plan based off of that. So you'll get more feedback about how we need to adjust your therapy as you move forward. Finally, we will conclude with the Soul 180. We like to call it the 180 because by then we've made a total turnaround. Again, we're going to repeat your body scan, and this time we're actually going to repeat that VO2 max test. We find that after about 6 months, when you've been incorporating some of the nutritional goals, when you've been incorporating some of the exercise, we will see your VO2 max improve. And that's really the most important thing besides anything that happens in the scale that I'd like to see as a physician. I do want to help you lose weight, but more than anything, I want to help you be healthier, whatever your weight is. We have some people who might be thin but have terrible VO2 max. And what's the use in that if you're not actually healthy? So this program is designed to get you healthier, not just make you lose weight. You will do your departing metabolic consultation because we want you to be successful as you move forward on this journey. And again, after that 6-month mark, your metabolic changes may have moved. What I love about this program is that, again, it's data driven. So we will have proof of your success and of your progress. So let's talk about the program and pricing. So the beauty of our program is that Soul 360 assessment where you get all those points that we talked about, your body scan, your VO2 max test, your basal metabolic test. You're going to get your scale, you're going to get your lab work, and both of your expert consultations. If you do the full program, you get not only the 360, but you get the bi-monthly wellness webinars, remote monitoring, medication management, your portal access, monthly scans, and then your mid-program and final program evaluation. The 360 assessment for this battery of testing, anywhere you go, could be valued at more than $24.99. So it can be a pretty expensive test. And to do a complete program like this can be valued up at $5,000. But here at Soul, we want to give you the best deal. So that Soul 360 assessment, if you choose to do just that on its own, it'll be $9.99. And if you'd like to do the entire Soul Fit Club program for 6 months, that'll be only $2,500. So these are unbeatable prices for the amount of diagnostic data that you'll get and the amount of customized data that you'll get on the program. So we do have different payment options. We recommend that you consider the four monthly payments, which would be $650 for those 4 months, and that will cover the cost of your $2,500 for the program. However, if you'd like to pay in smaller installments, such as 2 payments or in one single payment, you will experience some savings. So if you want to do two payments of $1,050, you'll save $300 in the program. And if you do one lump sum payment of $1,995, you'll save $500 in the program. So we have these options available for you. At the bottom, you'll see that this plan is HSA and FSA eligible. So if you have an HSA or an FSA card, you can use that towards your benefits, but you do want to confirm that with your benefit advisor. Each plan has certain restrictions on what they can use their funds for, but on the whole, we've seen that these plans you've been able to use these cards for this plan. Let's talk about medication pricing. So medication pricing is not included in the cost of the program, but we want to get it to you at value. So let's talk about the injections that are on the left-hand side, semaglutide and tirzepatide. If you try to go it on your own to get these medications, they can cost you upwards of $1,000 per month. Phentermine is much more affordable, around $20 per fill. So that one is available, but we have some specials there too. Finally, if you have an insurance plan that you know covers weight loss medications such as Wegovy or Zepbound, we can prescribe those for you using your insurance benefits. I do tell people, I run into this all the time. There's no guarantee of coverage. Even if we do prior authorizations, sometimes these benefits are covered or they are not. So there's some patients, even though they are appropriate for getting weight loss medications, their insurance may not still cover it. So if you join the Soul Fit Club program, we want to get you the best prices for these high top medications or high value medications. So for our semaglutide, that one we can get for $199 per month. If you opt for tirzepatide, which is the more superior one, you can get that for $299 per month. We use a partner, it's a little dark at the bottom, called RX Harmony. They are a preferred pharmacy for the injectable medications. The wonderful thing about that pharmacy is they will ship the medication directly to you and you can self-administer these injections. We want to empower you to be the captain of your journey. Many medical weight loss programs require you to come in every week to do your injection. And while that's good for accountability, that's a huge investment of your time. So many of you are working professionals, you have a lot of things to do, you've got family members to take up, crossing town every month just to get an injection is not practical. So at home, you're going to have your shots that you can do for yourself, you're going to have your scale so we can monitor, so you'll have all the tools that you need. If you choose to go for phentermine, we will include that in the program cost. So you wouldn't do any additional cost for phentermine. And for that, we're partnering with our partners at East Point Pharmacy. They are local, they're in the neighborhood, and they do an incredible job about making sure that our patients get the medications that they need. East Point Pharmacy also ships to you. So if you'd like to get your phentermine, they will send it right to your door. They're not far, so after you come to the office, you can go pick it up. But if you'd prefer to have it shipped to you, that's available. And finally, if you do want to use your insurance information for Wegovy or Zepbound, we will send that to East Point Pharmacy. They have been an incredible partner in helping us do the prior authorization process if that's needed. At that point, if your insurance does cover your medication, you'll pay whatever your insurance copay is for the medication. So once you complete the 6-month program, we do want to make sure that you maintain your progress. As I mentioned at the beginning, overweight and obesity are medical issues that need long-term management. There are some people that are able to come off of medication and maintain their weight loss, but many people really benefit from being on prolonged therapy. They may not need to be at the high doses of medication, but using that medication to help on their journey is helpful for them. So full disclosure, I use medication to help me on my journey, and I still continue to use medication because I don't want to go back to where I was. I'm much healthier now, and it's worthwhile for me to stay on medication to help me achieve that. So after you finish your program, you can join our maintenance membership, which will be only $99 per month. And that program will continue to monitor your prescriptions. You will still have your scale, so we'll follow you remotely with what's going on with your scale. And you can still pop in every month to do your body scan to check on your progress. So if you're ready to get started, your first step is to book your Soul 360 assessment. Your initial payment will be due 24 hours prior to your appointment. So we do need that deposit to reserve your appointment. So if you've chosen the 4 monthly payments, we need that first installment, or if you did the 2 payments, you need that first installment, or you can pay in full to secure your visit. And then finally, we want you to prepare for success. I do want to mention that we do have some free gifts for members of our community. And that is, I mentioned the Soul Fit Club bi-monthly webinars. So if you've enjoyed joining me here tonight, we're going to get a lot more of this in the future. The first and third Wednesdays at 6 p.m., so a little bit earlier than we're meeting now, we will have a virtual webinar to talk about those wellness topics. This is crucial to people who are in the paid Soul Fit Club program, but it is open to the community. We want to make sure that all of us have access to health and wellness activities. So if you want to invite family, friends, girlfriends, boyfriends, whoever that you think needs to hear a message about how to improve their health, we want to make this webinar available to them. So you'll get the details about that in our newsletter. We'll also be posting it on our website. So our first meeting will be a week from now. Second, we want to offer the Psycho 3D body scan to everyone for at least one time. So if you want to experience a body scan at our office, you can call us to make an appointment, and we'll get you a spin on the scale. It spins you around so we can see what your body assessment is. We're here for you for the Soul Fit Club program if you need the support in losing weight. But if you want to go it alone and use our tools to help you along your journey, that's what this body scan is available for. So you'll get a free one-time body composition, and then after that, we can talk about what the pricing will be if you'd like to continue outside of the Soul medical weight loss program. So your journey will start with us. I do want to say we are offering a special for the month of September. So since this is our inaugural month coming up, it will be 25% off of our service, and this will be the lowest price we'll ever offer for this program. So depending on the payment option that you choose, if you do the 4 monthly payments, you'll only pay $487.50, which is an incredible deal. If you did the 2 payments, it will knock it down to $787.50. And if you want to do that one-time payment, you'll only pay $1496.25. This is the best value that you can get and the lowest price that this program will ever be. So I do strongly encourage you to consider joining in September. The spaces are limited. but you'll be able to continue the program at the lowest price we will ever offer. So with that, that concludes my presentation, and we're going to open to questions. I'm going to close out this presentation and meet you back on the call.